my compound in beautiful Gig Harbor, Washington. From the Pacific to the Atlantic to you worldwide, good evening or morning, depending on your time zone. This is Gary. You're listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio. Our guest tonight from the UK, Christopher Berry. We'll be talking about Million Eyes, Extra Time. And our topic tonight is time travel. We'll be back right after the news.
Night Dreams Talk Radio Network brings you the World Paranormal News with James Creechbaum. Now, the latest news.
This is Night Dreams Talk Radio Network News, and I'm James Creechbaum. For all the truckers out there on the road tonight, well, be careful in Washington and Oregon. On the West Coast, it's going to be raining, some heavy rain sometimes. Central Washington over into Idaho and Montana is going to be a winter mix. You get down into Nevada, Utah, and Colorado, it's going to be some more winter mix. Southern California, Arizona, and New Mexico is going to be rain, some thunderstorms, heavy at times, so be careful there. Kansas, Missouri, Texas, more thunderstorms. You get on up into Wisconsin, Minnesota, over into Toronto, Michigan, northern New England states going to be a winter mix, and into Maine, maybe some heavy snow in spots. Southern states, again, it's going to be heavy rain, thunderstorms. Heavy rain could be flooding and some tornado watches. Matter of fact, there's a severe storm risk tonight for the Central Plains, and the storms will begin to fire up later tonight in Kansas and Arkansas. The storms will be isolated, so not everyone will get a severe storm. Now, the main risk with these is damaging winds and large hail at times. So the big concern with the severe risk will be the timing. Storms will be likely develop later tonight and go into early Wednesday morning. Coronavirus cases over 116,000 now. Also, there is over 4,088 deaths linked to the virus worldwide. There are 116,166 confirmed coronavirus cases worldwide, with more cases popping up outside of China than inside of China. Additional cases have been confirmed in New York, bringing the state's total to 142 as of Monday. On Tuesday, Governor Andrew Cuomo announced that about 24 more cases have been confirmed. Both New York and New Jersey have declared a state of emergency. University of Washington tells the students not to come to class. First coronavirus death in New Jersey, and a man in his 60s from Bergen County. There are 800 confirmed coronavirus cases in the U.S., and there are now 28 coronavirus deaths in the U.S., with 23 in Washington, 2 in California, and 2 in Florida. A mysterious tale of a man from Torrid, evidence for a parallel universe. While the story of a man from Torrid begins quite specifically in many sources with a hot day in July in 1954. On that particular day, a man was said to have arrived at the airport, known also as Tokyo International Airport. This man has been described as a Caucasian-looking with a beard. The next part of the story details the man trying to convince the immigration officers that Torrid does indeed exist. According to the traveler, Torrid was located between France and Spain and had by then been in existence for 1,000 years. Eventually, the man was held by the officers as they were suspicious that he might be some kind of criminal. They brought him to a nearby hotel for the night while they conducted their investigation. To ensure that the man did not escape during the night, 2 guards were placed outside his room. The next morning, when the officers were went into the man's room, they realized that the man simply vanished, as there were no signs of his escape. Additionally, all of his personal documents, which may serve as evidence for the story's validity, had apparently disappeared as well. If you have a news story you want us to share on Night Dreams Talk Radio, contact us at jamesnightdreamstalkradionews@gmail.com.
From our compound, from the West Coast to the East Coast to worldwide, both on the internet and terrestrial radio, you're listening to Gary Anderson on Night Dreams Talk Radio After Dark.
Well, here it is, Tuesday, down at the compound. I hope everybody's having a good night tonight. I know that I had a great day today. We're up to, I guess, 23 people that has succumbed to the virus in our state. We are breaking the record here in Washington. Again, I tell people, wash your hands, wash them often, use hand sanitizer, sterilize, your workplace at work if you can, especially your keyboards, your mouse, and stuff like that if you use a computer. I don't know where this is going to go. We'll know here in the next few weeks what happens, how bad it spreads. Toilet paper, I guess a big semi-truck lost its load of toilet paper, that is. And, again, people are freaking out now, not just in our state looking for toilet paper, across the country. It's a big shortage. Also, toilet paper rolls are being made in China, and they're telling people certain brands of toilet paper is made in China, don't use it. Well, our guest tonight at 7:06 is from the UK. It's Christopher Berry. We're going to be talking about time travel. We're also going to be talking about his book, A Million Eyes, Extra Time. And we'll be talking to him for about an hour tonight. James, how was your day, my friend?
Oh, not bad at all. 55 degrees. It was a little rainy, but at least it wasn't freezing and snowing or anything like that. And that's great. You speak about this coronavirus. It's ironic. I see all these videos of, it's like a Kentucky Derby. They ring the bell at Costco, and they all come around the corner, it's coming sideways with these carts, people in all shapes, sizes, and creeds, and they're all running and sprinting to get to these bales of toilet paper. And the ironic part is, they want this because, well, they might be held up, they won't be exposed to the virus, but they're exposing themselves in these big stores to hundreds of people mad rushing, bum rushing to the toilet paper pile. It's ironic, and it's just the most bizarre thing I've ever seen, Gary.
Yeah, I've never seen people go so crazy for butt wiping paper, of all things. Come on. I will say this. A French YouTuber thought he was going to do a little video and put it up on YouTube. He took silicone balls that expand in water, and he put them in his toilet. Lo and behold, they expanded when he flushed the toilet. Unfortunately, it ended up in his bathtub. I mean, these balls, expand like 20 times the size they are, so they're little miniature things. But as soon as they're in water for a minute or two, they get big. The problem is that all the neighbors in the neighborhood, they're septic. I mean, their sewer system was totally plugged up. And what did they get when they flushed the toilet? Well, it gurgled out as a backflow of these little balls going over the toilet, all over their bathrooms. I tell you, it got into everybody's drain system. That's going to be a very expensive lesson, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. I am. Oh, wow. That is overkill right there. I don't know what that guy wasn't thinking, but boy, oh boy, yeah. That's going to be a nightmare for a lot of people.
Well, just think about it. If it's a whole neighborhood and everybody's system is backed up with these balls where they can't even use the bathroom or take a shower or anything. It's crazy. I don't know what even makes people do these things, but, evidently he wanted to become famous, and guess what? It happened.
Yeah, that's one way to be famous, all right. I can think of a lot better ways to be famous than being known as the guy that messed up the whole neighborhood's toilet system. Geez.
Well, you could imagine somebody is in their 90s having their birthday party, and they got the cake with, how old they are. But here's the bad part is the, granddaughter says to the grandmother, well, what do you want for your birthday? What's something special do you want? And she said very calmly, I don't want another birthday. I want this to be my last birthday.
Oh, wow. That's, boy, oh, boy. I wonder how they took that. That was like pretty much saying, I want to check out.
Well, that's exactly what she said. She basically said, I want to check out. Well, a Maryland man, again, what is it with the East Coast of this country? Wins the second lottery in a year.
Gary, I'm telling you, every week you're coming up one or two of these winners, and it's up and down the eastern seaboard, a lot of them in Maryland and North Carolina to be exact, and a couple in Virginia. And not only are they winning, they're winning once and twice, sometimes twice. And some of them, truth be told, they've been backed into buying tickets because they needed change or somebody forced them to buy something, and they end up winning. It's amazing.
Well, he won $50,000.
Wow.
Well, the one before that was $750,000.
Yeah. There's been all kind of great winners. I'm blown away by these things. I'll tell you, there are some lucky people in that eastern seaboard for sure.
Well, in the UK, and matter of fact, in Wales, a bakery set the world's record when it baked and cooked a Welsh cake. Now, I'm not really sure what a Welsh cake is, but it weighed 63 pounds and 8 ounces.
Wow. That's a big cake. 63-pound cake, Gary. You would need a big old one of them chocolate milk trucks to pull up for you.
Well, it's not a 3-mile or a mile cake, I can tell you that, with chocolate icing. Anyway, plumbers rescue a tiny puppy. They had in their bathroom, they removed their toilet to do some, remodeling. And this little Australian puppy fell down the drain.
Oh.
Could you imagine how hard it would be? Because, those pipes are really small. They're about 3 or 4 inches?
Yeah, they're very small. I've seen that happen, or not that particular one, but I've seen firemen try to rescue these puppies like that, and it's amazing. My heart goes out to them guys for doing it, but boy, the poor puppy.
I don't know. Guess what? In Florida, we're not talking about snakes tonight yet. A Florida elementary school assembled the world's largest Tate ball. It measures 17 feet, 11 inches in diameter. 17 feet? Did you say a Tate ball? Yeah.
Oh, I can't even picture that in my head. That is amazing. How in the world? I wonder if they'll have to take it apart to get it out of the classroom. But boy, that is huge. That thing's got to be heavy too.
Oh, I imagine it would be. Well, guess what? A crew of British Airways, their employees teamed up to move a huge aircraft that weighs 201.6 ton plane. These 14 people broke the world record. They pulled it with a rope 328 feet.
That alone, that amazes me too. That's a football field and about 10 yards almost to pull that huge, heavy plane. I'll tell